Please join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the April 2nd, 2018 City Council meeting. First on the agenda this evening is the approval of the minutes from the March 19th, 2018 meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Mary?
Yes.
John?
Yep.
Lynn?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
Next on the agenda is hearing of public concerns. Not having any, we will move on. Third is an ordinance. Lori, would you please number and read?
Ordinance number 13, 2018, an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to approve a purchase order to Selking International for the purchase of a model 2018 7400 SFA 4x2 cab and chassis for the Bryan Street Department at a price less than through the state purchasing program pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 125.04C at a total cost of $76,668, hereby waiving the competitive bidding process prescribed by the Ohio Revised Code 127.1683.
Good evening.
Good evening.
That was quite a mouthful there. That pretty much summed it up. Any questions?
I have no clue what this is for.
It's a dump truck, cab and chassis.
I mean,
And the reason it's coming to you is the bid that he received was lower than what it would be through the state program. So we are allowed through the revised code to pick that bid.
I got that part, I just didn't know what it was gonna be used for. And I normally would do that beforehand, but I didn't, so it's not like to put you on the spot. It's
Oh,
just
no,
not-
that's
so
It's
it's
just a regular single axle dump truck. like
Is it
all
like
the others.
replacing one that we had, or just, it's another one, or,
No, it's replacing one.
It's replacing one.
A 92,
okay,
and it was budgeted for.
yeah, no,
Last
I'm
November.
good. Most of that I knew, I just didn't know what it was, for sure, thanks. I move to suspend.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
I'll move to adopt.
Second.
Lynn?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have the hiring of Parks and Rec for seasonal. Mr. Dominic?
Good evening. Hopefully the weather is about to change. So therefore, it will be time for the Parks and Recreation Department to be in full swing. In front of you, you should have a list of employees that I would like to hire at this meeting to kind of get going as soon as the weather breaks. We will have some guys that will start right away. We'll go out and start cleaning up routes and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll kind of work into our next couple of meetings. You'll probably have me hiring more guys as we move forward to get ready for the summer months.
I move that we accept.
Second.
Rick?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is Chief Willis.
Council, I'm asking your permission to give a civil service test. This would be for the position of police officer for the city of Bryan. The last civil service exam that we gave for police officers was June 25th, 2016, and we have exhausted all of the qualified applicants on that list.
I so move.
Second.
Yeah.
John?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes. Next.
Council, in front of you, you should have a letter from Jennifer McGowan. This is a resignation letter be from the police fire dispatch position effective April 1st, 2018. Just ask that you accept this resignation.
I'll make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
Mary?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes. And he has more.
I have one more. And then again, council, with that resignation, I ask your permission to give a civil service test. This would be for the position of police fire dispatcher. Our last test was given on June 17, 2017, and again, we exhausted all the qualified applicants on that test.
So move.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda, council, is a resolution that was added. Lori, would you please number and read?
Resolution number 11, 2018, a resolution authorizing the clerk treasurer to advertise for bids for the project known as 2018 Recreation Park Pedestrian Pathway.
Good evening.
Good evening.
At our last meeting, we accepted the grant from the Bryan Area Foundation for $75,000 for the Recreation Park Pedestrian Pathway. This resolution will allow us to start the bid process and get the ball rolling. Typically, you got to advertise for a 30-day window, and by the time you get the bids and all that kind of stuff rolling, we want to make sure that it fits into our timeline, which would be the month of July. If we go any earlier, we run into a lot of trouble with baseball and softball. If we go any later, we'll start running into the high school athletics. So the month of July is ideal for us. By approving this tonight, it will give us that window to try to get a contractor and get the best price available and try to get as much of that pedestrian pathway done as we can.
Move this. Oh, I'm sorry.
Could you go over once again where that's going to be?
Yeah, the pedestrian pathway will start at the tennis courts right there on Newdale, and we'll head south down Newdale. Our plan, there's some trees and stuff in through there, so there's a couple spots where it has to kind of jog a little bit, but we'll be between the trees and the curb, 3 feet off the curb. It'll be 8 foot wide, and go all the way down to the corner of Newdale and Mayberry. It'll make the corner, and then we'll head east on Mayberry. And our hope is to get all the way down into the Field 5 area with the pathway. And then we also have plans to connect it all back together. So our final goal would be to have a loop all the way around what is the east side of Recreation Park.
Now, will that be concrete, blacktop?
It's concrete,
Concrete?
8 foot wide. We'll plow it in the winter just like we do on the other side. The idea with it being 8 foot wide is that you can put more pedestrians on it at one time. Sometimes if you get into the 5-6 foot sidewalk, it's just not wide enough. So we're gonna go with the 8 foot wide, and we think that'll give our pedestrians an opportunity to get off the roadway.
Thank you.
And if I remember from the last meeting, please tell me if I didn't get this right, but I thought you said that you were gonna go until you actually ran out of money.
Yeah, that's the plan. And the reason I say that is, John, is, Bryan throws a cost estimate at it for us. But if you find contractors at the right time,
Right.
Maybe it's a big enough project where you get a better unit price, you get a better, concrete price.
Right.
All those different things can play into it. And that's why I say we're gonna go as far as the money will let us go. Hopefully it'll be, farther than what we think. That's our hope. But we're gonna give it a shot and see how far we can get with the contract.
I just like the comment from last month.
Yeah.
Just wanted to hear it again.
Yeah.
We're gonna go as far as the money takes us. Yeah, it sounds good.
Do you have any idea on that corner where it's gonna make the corner from Newdale to Mayberry, how you're gonna access that to get over to the one that goes down by the soccer field? Will there be a way to get off?
Ideally, what we'd like to do is the one drive there at what would be the south end of the soccer was really not intended to be a drive. It really gets choked down in through there. When there's games and stuff going on, it's a nice way to have a secondary in and out spot. But the plan was for that to continue to be part of the walkway. So we may try to put like a crosswalk through there. We may go back to where the speed bumps are. In the future, what I'd like to do is take the speed bumps out and purchase the speed bumps that go up, and then there's a sidewalk in the middle, and then go back down and make pedestrian crossing across Newdale.
Okay.
So you wouldn't necessarily be able to get down to the end of where the corner of Newdale and Mayberry is to cross. You'd have to cross back in the center part of Newdale. But I think it's gonna kind of be a feeling out process to kind of see how it all works once we get it in. And then we'll make adjustments as to where we feel the best spot is for people to cross and the safest spot to cross.
Well, that's what I was wondering with the
Yeah.
curve right
That-
there.
And that's something that worries me about crossing there, is it is
Yeah.
a corner. One of the positives would be is it is a spot that they have to slow down.
Slow down.
Because the corner is tight, so they do have to slow down to get around that corner, so that may help a little bit. We'll just kind of play it by ear.
See.
Just like, down Mayberry, we're not saying that Mayberry will never have speed bumps back in. We've had quite a few phone calls about the rate of speed going down Mayberry, because when you get over the one speed bump there by Field 5, there's a pretty nice little straightaway through there. So we've had some concerns about speed out through there. So there may be some speed bumps going back in. We're just kind of giving it a chance to work its way out, and then we'll make the best decision we feel going forward.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions?
Have you heard much, and if this is not appropriate for this, but when you're talking about speed bumps, I've had a couple of folks in Ward 3 on Oakwood, there by Moore Park, the pool, that there's a stretch where you stop, and then there's, the next stop is probably, oh gosh.
Yeah, you're
Quarter
talking.
of a mile.
You're talking from John Street all the way down to B.
Yeah, and there's quite a bit of, and the police do a nice job. I've heard that from the people, I'm not making that up. They say, the police will come out, and everyone,
Yeah,
strangely enough,
right.
everyone abides by
Yeah.
the law. And as soon as there's nobody there,
Yeah.
it's 45 and 50. And that did kind of concern me a little bit, and they wondered if there was any potential speed bump, or if that's just not a good idea.
That'd be something we'd have to work with Tyson and Bryan on, the engineering
Okay.
department and the street department, if there's something down through there to help slow things down.
Yeah.
Um,
'Cause there are a
It's
lot
the
of
same,
kids
it's the same
down
way in the park. I mean, when Mike's guys are sitting out there,
Yeah.
they're going 15 miles an hour. But
Right.
the minute they're not there, they like to,
Yeah.
and it's fresh pavement, so it's nice and smooth, and all that good
Thanks,
stuff.
I didn't mean to
Yep.
digress.
No, you're fine.
I'm ready to make the motion to suspend.
I'll second.
John?
Yes?
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes,
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Rick?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes. Okay. All right, we're gonna go around the room. Do you have anything else? Chief Willis? Captain Champions? Mr. Ingstrom? Chief Siders? Mr. Long? You're good, okay. Mr. Maynard?
I did want to mention that the meeting, information meeting that we had scheduled last Thursday for the South Walnut Street, East South Street project has been rescheduled to 7 p.m. this Thursday. We will be at VFW again. So, we do plan to do that. The contractor currently plans to begin work on that project next Monday.
I haven't seen the paper tonight. Is it in the paper, or is it going to be advertised, or?
It isn't in the paper today, John, because we just got all of the details.
Okay.
worked out with the contractor, and with the VFW to reschedule it. So we began distributing letters, I believe, to the residents today.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good.
Get that notice, but I thought I'd mention this tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
We will be getting it out on our social media, and Bryan Times was very cooperative last time getting notice.
Well, and I appreciate getting notice that it was canceled, because I had a couple other things scheduled I was gonna miss, so thank you, Mayor Schlade.
Are you open this Thursday?
I have to, I've got like this softball schedule in my head that keeps changing with rain and snow, so I don't even commit to being home for my wife. at this
Maybe
point.
not bad weather on Thursday.
Yeah, and she's okay with that, by the way.
That was all I had.
Mr. Whalen?
Nothing.
Mr. Betts?
I'm good.
Nothing, I'm good.
Mr. Hoopie?
I'd just like to thank Jennifer McGowan for her service to the city, and best of luck.
Okay. Lori? Mayor?
Yes, in celebration of Earth Day, Williams County Electric Recycling event will be April 19th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Williams County Fairgrounds. This is a program they do every year where they accept things like computers, printers, speakers, fax machines, other cell phones, heaters, things that we typically don't recycle, or that you would worry about throwing out in the regular trash. So again, that is April 19th at the Williams County Fairgrounds from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And with that, that's all I have.
Okay. Council is going to take a brief recess and go into executive session for the hiring and compensation of a public employee, and we would like to invite Chief Willis and Captain Chappias to join us. Thank you.
Jeff.